This is Linda Sherman at Linda Sherman. I'm with Sean Percival at Sean Percival. Thank you so much for talking to us today. Can you start out by introducing yourself in 140 characters or less?
Do you have a counter? I'm not sure. Oh, I've already used up too many. My name is Sean Percival. I help companies build social media experiences and generate organic traffic.
Fabulous. When did you get on Twitter, Sean?
Good question. I would say it was probably early 2008. I wasn't part of the initial group with the South by kids, but I was shortly after that. Yeah.
And compared to then, how do you feel it's changed, and has that changed how you use it?
It definitely has. Back then it was very intimate and very small, and it was great. You had very small kind of clusters of conversation, and you saw a lot more of external conversations as well, because you'd see all your friends talking to other people. Now, because of the mass that's come to it, it's this kind of huge, like they've said, it's the pulse of the planet. So it's constantly pulsating and generating new content. And so, I mean, I am a lot more cautious now because when I started off, I only had a few hundred followers, and now there's 8,000 people following me. So yeah, I tend to try and think about what I'm saying, and you never know who's reading, so you got to be very careful.
That's true. Can you tell us about a memorable shared experience that you've had on Twitter?
I mean, recently I think it's with @Drew, who did Blame Drew's Cancer. It's probably one of my more favorite experiences I've seen develop on Twitter. For the background, basically Drew got cancer, and he decided to blame everything on cancer and use a hashtag, got a lot of great awareness for it, and also raised money as well. And it was just really interesting to see how different people kind of reacted and worked with that, and how it became a meme in itself and did some good at the same time.
Yeah, there's a really nice thing that you did on Lalawag.
Yeah.
With that and Wimmark.
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Mark unfortunately lost his brother, and he's done a lot to support us. And so we kind of wanted to. I could tell Mark was looking for some way to, what I always call, have someone live in, like, have digital immortality. And I thought, well, that's a great way just to kind of syndicate and spread the message, get his name out there, and so that there is something you can look back on, and that was related to his brother, and that he kind of lives on in a virtual sense.
Can you give me 3 things that you would like to tell a new Twitter user, 3 top-of-mind things that would be your advice to them?
The number one I always tell people is Twitter is storytelling. You are a storyteller, and so it's really important to keep that in mind. So if you're a person or a brand, that story is going to be a little bit different depending on it. But what you should do is you should entice people, and you should move emotion. So you either make them cry, you make them laugh, you shock them. Whatever fits you and your product and whatever you're doing with Twitter, you want to try and move those emotions as much as possible. And so really it's important to just not be a marketing vehicle, not be a I just had this for lunch kind of vehicle. It's more about a story and kind of painting a whole picture for them, whether that's you or your product. I would also say to not look at the follower number as a metric for success. It's easy to get caught up in that, and it's really interesting to say that, oh my God, 8,000 people follow me. In all honesty, though, I would say only 2,000 are people that I really value. Those are real people. They're not bots. They're not all these things. And so on the same breath, basically, you want to have those people as quantity over quality. Did I say that wrong? Quality over quantity. Yes. And you want those people to be targeted to you. So if you're into sports, you should have a great following of people that are also into sports. If you are into surfing, and so on and so on. And so having very highly targeted followers is really the key to success on Twitter.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
I really like that. In terms of using different platforms, you probably use both Facebook and Twitter. Can you talk about how you use those differently?
Yeah, it's tough. I really love Facebook, and I love the tools that they have, but because a lot of my job is about driving traffic and producing more results, Facebook has never been able to drive the traffic that Twitter drove. Facebook also lacks some of the viral ability of Twitter, where something can be retweeted. People can comment and like and share, but it seems like it's very much a siloed experience, where Twitter is very open. And I love the open experience. I love the fact that you can take it, you can mash it up, and you can look at it in 10 different platforms and so forth. Facebook is still a little too siloed for my taste. And so I do stuff in there, but Facebook is more about me, and Twitter may be more about me and the brands that I represent as well.
I'd like to give you an opportunity to plug one thing. What would that be?
That's got to be Lalawag, and that's Lalawag. And basically it's a Los Angeles tech blog. We cover LA tech culture. We look at a lot of things like events, like this great event that we're at today. And we talk about other things like developments in social media and other LA-based news.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for being with us today, Sean.
Thank you.